Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dan. I'm an Amazon seller and I've been doing this for almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks it'll be 6 years. I can't believe I've been doing this long. It seems like just a couple years that I've been doing this, but it's been 6 years. I started doing this as a way of generating some vacation money, some Disney money, and now it has turned into part-time income on my retirement income. Now, if you're new to Amazon selling and what that's all about, let me give you just a real brief breakdown of what that is. Amazon, we've all heard of Amazon selling products. Well, only about half, roughly around half of the products that Amazon sells, they own. The other half of the products that they sell belong to third-party sellers, like myself. Well, in today's video, I've got a mixture of a lot of great stuff. So first, I go sourcing to my local Ollies. Wouldn't be one of my videos if I don't go sourcing, so I go sourcing in my local Ollies. I have the sales recap for the month. We're in the middle of March right now, so I do a sales recap. Sales are going pretty good for the month of March. And within that sales recap, I focus on one of the items that I sold today. If you are selling on Amazon, you need to make sure you watch that clip where I do a deep dive on this item that I'm selling. You'll learn something. Well, I also share one of my gambles. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you hear me talk about different gambles that I take. For the most part, 95% of the things that I purchase with sound, logical reasoning behind why I purchased it. I use the apps. I'm looking at sellers. I'm looking at rank. I'm looking at price and profit, expiration dates. There's a lot of variables that go into the mix. But every now and then, maybe about 5% of the things that I purchase, maybe not that much, I'll make a purchase that kind of goes against that. And I do a deep dive on one of the gambles that I did over the summer. And I share that with you. That's pretty neat. And finally, I do the pro tip. Now, in this video, the pro tip is in the very beginning. So without any further ado, here is your pro tip for today. Getting ready to head up to my local Ollie, see what they have new. But the first thing I'm going to do is do some returns. Returns is it's a natural part of this business. It takes up some time. It can be frustrating. It's part of doing this business, though. A couple suggestions when you do returns. Number one, you want to try and get to the store as soon as they open, and that's what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for as soon as they open the door, I'm going to be the first one in line to do a return. That way you don't back the line up. A backed up line is frustrating for a lot of the cashiers. Not all, some of them just don't care, but some of them get frustrated with that. And all these returns, they can take some time with the way that they have to ring them out, unless you have a cashier that knows what they're doing. Now, one of the things or a couple things that you can do to help yourself out with your returns. You want to make sure you have the receipt. And all these things I'm going to return, I'll show you in a second, they're over 30 days. And I don't have a problem with that. Usually, Ollie's is pretty good about that. I've never had an issue with that. The receipts that I'm using, I'm taking back that exact amount on that one receipt. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Did you subscribe to my video? If not, please do. So here are the things that I'm returning today, and I'll tell you why. So here's the first thing that I'm returning, these Ziplocs. These Ziplocs were a mistake. So when you look this item up, they don't have a UPC on them, first off. It says not for individual sale. But I've sold stuff like that before. But when you look this Ziploc quart size, 40 quart size, there was a listing for it, and it was making $6-7 profit. But then the listing changed to be a gallon, and that's not a gallon. So I'm taking all of these back. And I had two pretty big shipments. Again, There's 21 in this container right now because that's what it says on the receipt. I'm also taking back some of this Old Spice. I forget the expiration on this. July? Yes, July of 23 is the expiration. It's still got a decent time frame, but I bought a lot of these. I missed the FBA ship in date by like 3 days. I wasn't paying attention, got busy doing other things. So the only way I can sell these right now is merchant fulfilled, and I'm selling some merchant fulfilled, but I have a lot of them. And you know, there's 4 individual deodorants in there. So when you look at the serving size, you know, before it expires in July, you're, you know, like April, May, you want to be able to get these sold. So I'm not returning all of them, but I'm returning all that I have on one receipt. So whatever this number is, I'm returning that. And then the last thing that I'm returning today is this item right here. It scans really well, but it's restricted. And I thought I would be able to get unrestricted in it. I jumped through some of the hoops that they had, and I couldn't get unrestricted. So, you know, I'm just cutting my losses time-wise on that, and I'm returning these. So those are the 3 things that I'm returning. Hopefully we'll be able to also get some new stuff. It's Sunday. This is when they're getting most of their stock out, especially their HBA stock. So off we go. Well, I just finished doing the returns. Went great. Another thing that I think is helpful is I put them back. I let the manager and the cashier know, whoever's there, that, you know, that I'll put them back, and I appreciate it. And I explain to them why I'm returning them. I let them know that I have an Amazon store, and whether they're restricted or there's an expiration date problem, the market got flooded, whatever. I've never had any of them give me a hard time. You know, they think it's pretty cool, actually, most of them that I talk to. So, and then me putting them back, they're always very appreciative of it. So, you know, those little things, they mean a lot. So we're heading in. Let's see what we can find that's new. And as I pulled in, there's a flock of seagulls in the parking lot. I think they must have been a little confused. They made a wrong turn, because, you know, we're in Northeast Pennsylvania. We're pretty far away from the ocean, so that's pretty interesting. Let's go see what we can find. How we doing, Ollie? Don't forget to subscribe. So again, they just finished remodeling this Ollie's. Oh, it looks great. This store really looks good. This is the book section, well organized. If I can't find, you know, any new items, I'll take a few minutes and I'll go through the books. I've started doing that more often, just trying to find 1 or 2 books that make some good profit and moving on. Not spending tremendous amount of time in the books, but there's some deals here. There are definitely some deals in the books. Over in the hardware aisle, and I'm gonna come back and scan these command hooks. They do really well, and maybe there's a multi-pack. But I found this item right here. It's a lighting control. It's selling for $18. Rank's not bad, 120,000. That's not too bad. Amazon is on the listing. And if Amazon is on the listing, it's selling for $30. So don't make a lot of money. Maybe $3, $2.74. But this, once Amazon gets off this listing, that wouldn't be a bad item to make a couple dollars on. I'm going to pass on it, but just thought I'd show you that there are deals in this aisle. You have to get familiar with what's new and be able to see them. I'm going to go back and check out those command hooks. No luck on those command hooks. There's a lot of listings, not great sellers, and even ones that were good sellers, not great profit. So we're moving on. Well, I've been in a number of Ollies in the last month or so, and I am seeing a lot of these pickleball paddles. Rank's still really good, 24,000. Price, Amazon still on the listing. I still think it's a good item, but I have enough of them. And interesting note, I played pickleball for the first time last week. We did that as part of my wife's birthday present. It was fun. We had a great time. So if you have the opportunity to play pickleball and you like playing ping pong and tennis, because that's kind of what it's a combination of, highly recommend it. We'll be doing it again. So we're in the seasonal aisle where all the pool floats and different things are going to be. A lot of different things here. I've scanned all of them that are here. A couple of them, couple dollar profit, but nothing significant. I just want to point these out because one of my biggest purchases, early purchases in Ollie's, was in this aisle. They had an inflatable Captain Kirk captain's chair and pool float. I did great. I did really good with that item. So don't discount this aisle. It's worth going through and checking out some of these pool floats. Highly recommend. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Well, I did find one item in this aisle, and it is this little splash pad. Not a bad rank for this time of year, 83,000. Amazon's on the listing for $100. I'll get it for 27. There's a number of maybe 8 sellers right now selling it for 50, so there's very little profit. It's heavy, but this would be a gamble. Again, we're really at a break-even price right now. We're early in the season. This might be a good item, but I'm gambled out right now, so just thought I'd point that out. We're in the toy aisle, and there's an item here that I've purchased. I have a number of these, and there are a bunch here. I've seen these in a number of other Ollies, but this is a great item. It's 10,000 rank. Amazon's on the listing. This is a long hold, but at current price, $9 profit on this. $9 profit. There's a lot of sellers. 55 FBAs. There's a lot of sellers out there, but the price is holding. That price could definitely go down more. I am buying a couple every time I see them. You know, it's an investment, but VTech's a great name. It's a great product. It's a great rank. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot out there though. Every Ollie's has a bunch of them. So I'm getting 5 of them. We're in the seasonal aisle. They're starting to get a decent amount of product in their seasonal aisle. Unfortunately, there's nothing here to make any profit on. So we still see some gaps. You know what? I did not scan that, but it's pretty heavy. I can't imagine that would be any good, but that's an interesting idea. Colors your mulch. But no profit on any of these items. But again, we're gonna keep checking out these seasonal aisles. Ooh, that's new. Not that I need one, but that is new. Alright, we're moving on. We're in the pet aisle, and again, I've done well in the pet aisle, and there are a couple things here. And here is thing number 1. This is the Pioneer Woman dog treats. I've sold the Pioneer Woman before. I've done well. This is really good item. 14,000 roughly is the rank. I'll be getting it for $630. So getting this for $630. I'm making 100% ROI on this item, but I have a really good feeling this is going to tank. You've got 28 FBA sellers right now. They're going to start fighting for the price. It's going to drop, but the expiration's not bad. Ooh. Well, you know, let me restate that. Okay, so we have 2 identical bags here. This expiration is August. That expiration is October. I just put 10 of these in my cart and I didn't even check. So I'm going to go back through and make sure that I have all of the October ones. That's a really big difference with that expiration. So yeah, I'm glad I stopped to check that out. Make sure you check those expiration. And there's a lot here. There's more down here. I've seen these at all the other Ollies I've been to. I've picked up a couple. I've sent some in. This price will tank. There's a lot out there. This is one of those items where you can get burned. So just be aware. The profit's great right now. The rank is great right now. But that can change with that quantity. So there you have it. So 4 out of the 10 that I had in my cart had the August expiration. Definitely check out that expiration. Okay, so I just went through all of these bags and I'm going to say about 20% of them were the October date. The majority of these are all August. So yeah, I'm rethinking this because there's so many out there with August. I think there's going to be a lot of resellers that are buying them up because they can still get these in, but then they're going to be in a hurry to get these sold. And I think if I hold mine off to send mine in, that I'll be able to catch that July and August and September bump when this expiration is gone. I think that's a good item. So I'm going to be getting all of those that I see with October for that logic. I hope that makes sense. We're still in the pet aisle. I scanned some of the toys here. I've never really done well with the toys, but I figured I'd give them a shot. They did have some of the Zippy Paws left, and I just figured I'd show you what's going on here. I have a bunch of these, so I'm good. But the price is down to $14, and it was at $20. You're still making a couple dollars on this, and the rank is still really good. The rank is 23,000. So I feel pretty confident it's going to bounce back, but I'm good on these. The other thing that I'm going to pass on is this programmable dog feeder. Now I'm not going to scan it. I've scanned this in a previous video, but I'll tell you, that's going to turn into a long hold because I'm seeing many of these, many at different Ollies. So I'm good on the quantity. I have about 10 of them at home. I'm good on the quantity that I have. So in the detergent aisle, they've got a number of these items, which I guess they go into the wash machine, in-wash scent booster. And this Downy Romantic has done well. Quantity, the market is majorly flooded. And it's got a 23,000 rank, not bad. I think currently you're only making $1, maybe $2, yeah, $1.50. But this is a long hold for me. I bought a bunch of these a while back. I'm good on quantities now, but it's a good item. Well, not a spectacular day. $350 was my spend. That's okay. You're gonna have days like that. I don't think that they were able to get their stock in. I was able to talk to the manager, and they're having some hiring issues. So the people that they normally would have in on the weekends to unload their shipment, they just hadn't been able to do it yet. So I'm gonna come back up on Tuesday, check it out, see what it looks like. All right, loading up, heading home. Well, I hope you enjoyed that sourcing trip. Again, I always love going to that Ollie's. Just good people in there. They do a good job of taking care of the store. Just one of the things I enjoy doing on my Sundays. Going there, and then I also go to Burger King after. So it's a good day. So as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to do a deep dive on one of the gambles that I've done. And here it is. It's right behind me. So let me pick up the camera and I'll show you what we're talking about. This is my gamble. There's a little bit of glare behind me, but I don't know if we can get rid of that glare. So these are Grogu's. For those of you that aren't familiar with Star Wars series that have been going on, this is from The Mandalorian. It is in season 3, has just started. So these 6 items came out in July, July, August of this past year. And I only saw them at one Ollie's, my local Ollie's. And their sales rank for all 6 of them, every one of them, was over 1 million in rank. Now, 1 million in rank is really bad. But, and this is where I go on my gamble. I knew that season 3 of Mandalorian was coming out in March of 2023. I felt that that was a pretty good gamble. With the new season coming out, a whole new generation of young people getting involved in the show. This character here, this Grogu, is one of the if not the main character, the second main character in the show. So I really felt pretty confident that these would do well. My cost was about $4 on each of those, and they're not doing great. We are into season 3 with The Mandalorian. They've just finished the 3rd episode. I think there's 8. And I've sold some, not as well as I would have liked. Let's see. We'll start with the worst one. I'm not going to go over all of them. The worst one is this white buggy. This Grogu and the white buggy here. It has a sales rank of 181,000, which is pretty good. But the market's flooded with them. So I've got mine listed for $15, and I haven't sold any of them. And then if we look at the best one that I have, would be this guy right here. Now this one I am selling for $25. I've sold 13 of them. So I have roughly $225 profit on selling that one right there. And then the rest of these are somewhere in between. So that was my best one, worst one, and then the other 4 are somewhere in between. It's still a gamble. I'm pretty sure that just with this guy right here, I'll have to calculate it up because I do have a lot of them. But I'm pretty sure that just with the $250 in profit on this one, I'm in the green, or I guess it would be black. I'm in the black, meaning I'm making money on these. So and there's another season. Next year there's going to be, they've already contracted to do a season 4. So I feel pretty confident in these because they're not going to remake these. So these will be collectors at some point. So that was my gamble. I'm glad I did it. I'm also glad I didn't buy more than I did. Well, I hope you enjoyed that gamble recap. I like doing the gambles. They make things interesting. I don't gamble so much that, I'm not betting my house on anything, but they're fun. They're fun to pay attention to. They're fun to track. I enjoy doing those. And now here is the sales recap for the month. So here's our sales recap for the month so far. Again, today is March 18th. It's a Saturday. My sales for today are $325. Now I have to tell you, for a Saturday, for me, that's pretty low. I'm usually around $1,000 on Saturdays because on Saturday mornings, I go and adjust my prices. I didn't do that today. I am looking at getting that repricer. It's called Reprice It. I'm putting that on my schedule of something to do tomorrow, so that's why I didn't do any repricing today. I have sold 8 units today. That 1,122 is my current balance for my paycheck. And my next paycheck is March 27. My customer feedback is good. Oh, I got another review. So I have 98% positive reviews, 339. I just got one today, so that's fun. My sales for the month, we're looking at a little over 10,000 for the month. Again, we're a little halfway through the month, so I feel pretty confident that we will make our goal of 16,000 in sales. We're actually on target to break 20,000 on sales, so that's pretty nice. All right, now let's take a look at some of the items that we have sold today. So the core, this is a bucket of soldiers. And I was able to pick that up. There's what it looks like. I was able to pick that up at Ollie's. My first one that I bought was about 2 Christmases ago. and I think they're $11.99. So then I got it for $11.99. Help me do that math there, people. 10% off of that, so around $10. And then I was also able to get some at 33% off, so less than $10. So I'm making about $15, $18 on each one of these, and I've sold a decent amount of them. This Maxi pads, the Always Maxi pads, it's a 4-pack for $43. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a deep dive on this one because, there's some information in there that I think is worth going over. So I sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those today. They just got received today. They just got received. So pretty good there. This mobile dog gear, there's no profit in this one. The market got flooded. It's been sitting in there for 3 months, so I lowered my price just because I needed to make sure my IPI was doing well. There's another Maxi pads. This fishbowl. It's a Tetra fishbowl. Purchased this over a year ago at Ollie's for $6.99, 10% off of that, so roughly $7. Another mobile gear, and then here's a transformer. These transformers I was able to pick up. Again, that was 2 Christmases ago. So I think I've probably had this transformer for about 18 months. Bought it for $9. There's some pretty good profit there. All right, so that is my sales recap for the day. Now let's take a look at that Maxi pad and do a deeper dive on that. Okay, so to do a deeper dive on that Maxi pad, so this is the item that we're looking at. So what we need to do is I want to go and take a look at the item's ASIN. So there's the ASIN. I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to go back to my inventory and I will paste that in there. And there is the item. So this first option was merchant fulfilled, and I only did a couple of them. The vast majority I've sent in FBA. Now, I'm selling them for $43 right now. $15 are my fees, my shipping fees, processing fees, and they cost me $8. So roughly $23 profit. or $23 in cost. I'm making about $20 profit on each one of these. Now, the first thing I want you to notice is I'm sold out. I'm completely sold out. But if I click on competitive offers here, look at the rank. The rank is 196,000. That is really bad. That is a really bad rank. And I sold all 5 of them. I just shipped them in last week. And I sold all 5 of them today. That rank is not accurate when it comes to this item. And talking with another seller, Gary, thanks for this information, Gary. One of the reasons why this rank is this way is because all of the Maxi pads of this variety are all put into a category and assigned that rank. So whether it's a 1-pack, a 2-pack, a 12-pack, a 15-pack, they share that rank, and that's how they come up with this. So while this 4-pack shows a rank of 196,000, that's not accurate because of all of the variations. So keep that in mind. It's worth doing test buys for some of these things that have a lot of variations. The 2-pack might be selling, the 3-pack isn't. You never know till you get them in. Hope that was helpful. I don't know if you can hear the background music. That's my oldest son playing the piano. Maybe we'll go up and pop in, and I'll video and throw a little clip in of him doing his song. It's pretty good. So as you can see, sales are good. Again, my goal is 16,000 in sales a month, and I'm pretty sure I will break that. I on target, I think, to bust 20,000 in sales this month. Just sent off a shipment yesterday that had $2,600 in profit roughly. So that should be hitting the shelves in about a week. So yeah, I feel pretty confident I'll be able to break 20,000 in sales this month. But if I don't, as long as I get over that 16,000 in sales. Well, that concludes this video for today. I hope you got something out of it. If so, please hit that like button. If you have any questions, please post in the comment section. I'll be sure to get back to you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscription button. It's a big help. It really is. It's a big help to hit that subscription button. Some other things that are going on. Bella's doing well. Bella, for those of you that don't know, we have some rescue dogs. One of our rescue dogs, Bella, she got hit by the UPS truck at beginning of November. So we're approaching 4 months, 5 months. She's 10, so it's been a long recovery. She's doing good. Not 100%, but getting there. 80%, 85%. So she's doing well. She's doing well. So my next video, that is going to be my anniversary video. It will have been my 6 years of selling on Amazon, and it'll be my 1 year anniversary of making YouTube videos. So I'm looking at trying to do some special things there. So I hope you check that out. Spring is right around the corner. Not sure how much sourcing I'm going to get done. I've got a garden to get ready. I've got Christmas trees to prune. A lot going on. So we'll see what happens. Hope you've enjoyed. Thanks. Have a great day. Well, here's a little update on Bella. Bella's doing pretty good, being pretty spoiled, sitting on the couch. And now let's go check over with the music boy. So I guess I should call him the music man and not the music boy. So here's my oldest son, Daniel. Give him a treat, Daniel. Nice job.